Alright, I'm back. My throat was getting really dry from talking so much, so I went and got some soy milk. That helps make it a little better. I have to stop soon, but I'm gonna keep going for tonight. Let's see. So, what was it like when I moved in with you anyway? Let's tell her. Do you really want to know? Of course. We've got to talk about something, or else it'll be awfully dull in here. You can't just admit that you're actually interested in my life? Well, if you must know, the moment we started talking, I decided it's better to imagine you're a character from some bad romance novel. It's much less personal like that. You're such a darling sometimes. I know, right? I may not be the worst or best in the family, but you can't accuse me of lacking creativity. But let's go back to that book you're in. Well, life was different when Father was still alive. More carefree, although I suppose that's how childhood is. Father had a way with kids. I think he was a rather big child himself. Always dreaming. I loved it back then. I see, and how do you feel about it now? Last time I said it was all these other things. Let's say that it was great. It was fantastic. I loved it all so much. Everything was so magical. He tried very hard to keep the worries of my life away from me. It was like living in a fairy tale. Demons. I used to wonder what having a proper father would be like, but I think I'm all cured now. It sounds like keeping in touch with reality wasn't exactly his forte. That may be, but I was just a kid with a happy childhood. There are some dreams you just don't want to wake up from. What about your mother? Do you remember her? Unfortunately, she passed away giving birth to me. I still feel guilty about it, even though I know it doesn't make any sense. Father told me a lot about her, but I don't really know if that's how she was, or just an idealized image. Either way, I know that her death had a huge impact on him. I think he was very lonely. Perhaps that's why he preferred to get lost in his dreams rather than face real life. I'm sure it got even worse after we came into your life, huh? Ew, this onion is making my eyes wet. Give that to me, I'll chop it. If you rinse an eye first, it shouldn't sting that much. As for you, I'd say my life was definitely different after you came in. Oh, just be honest. I know your life has been miserable ever since your father married our lovely mother. Trust me, it's not like Gloria and I wanted to stay there. And yet, here we are, one big happy family. You can be awfully cynical at times. Oh, you noticed. Fine then. Yes, my life got worse when you showed up. I'm a servant, no, a slave in my own house. Not like you'd understand. Yes, what could I possibly know about it? Stupid onion. It sounds to me like it's your turn to talk about your life. But there's not much to say. That can't be true. It's obvious that a lot happened to you and Gloria. You wouldn't be like this otherwise. Besides, you said you wanted a conversation, so tell me about yourself. Fine, but don't say I didn't warn you. When we were children, we lived out in the countryside. Our house wasn't as nice as this one, though. Our father was a military man. He got himself killed in some war, that left mother a widow. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't be. I hardly even saw the man. When he was around, he was like a complete stranger, not a proper father at all. His death meant nothing to us. What about Camosa? It must have affected her. Maybe that's why she's the way she is now. What's that supposed to be a joke? Mom didn't care about him any more than we did. Then why did she marry him? Well, why does anyone get married? I'll say for many reasons. I think it's the best way. Well, there are a lot of reasons for people to get married. I don't think I can give one solid answer. Some do it to attain higher status or more riches. It's also a way to ensure you aren't alone when you're old. And sometimes love, or at least mutual respect, plays a role too. You're right. For instance, an ugly girl like me would only attract men looking for status. They would try to climb the social ladder using my back for rungs. It was the opposite with Mother. She used her looks to attract a man of higher social standing. you had a penchant for melodrama, you could say she climbed this dead body to be where she is now. Camosa comes from a poor family. They had a title of nobility, but they'd lost most of their riches and splendour. The only way for her to advance up the social ladder was to marry, and she was ambitious. She married an officer who was relatively rich and had a lot of accolades. She probably planned ahead, even there. For all I know, she chose a man who would probably die in battle so that she could marry even higher later. How can you say that? That's such a cruel assumption. Cruel? It's not like she killed him. He would have died anyway. She just wanted something more out of life. It's still a cold thing to do. Cold? Sure, it's cold. It's business. I don't see what's wrong with it. Mother's not dumb. She did what she had to do. There's not much room in this world for women with ambitions, so you take what you can get. So back then, was your life as bad as it is now? Worse. What? How so? Well, you weren't around. Aww. Listen, if you're not around, who do you think becomes the victim? Mother's always needed a scapegoat, and Gloria would do anything to please that woman. I'm not as pretty, smart, or ambitious as them, so naturally she humiliated me, and Mom didn't disapprove. Now that I'm here, they no longer target you, is that it? That's exactly it. Mom and Gloria have a new scapegoat, and my life is finally a little better. Oh, I see. So now that you're no longer tormented, you choose to torment me instead. Of course. Nothing personal, but it's either me or you, and I certainly won't be a victim again. Besides, you should be grateful. Didn't your father shield you from the real world too much? Well, now you get to see exactly what it's like. That's the way of all things. You're either the hunter or the prey. And as long as Mother and Gloria focus on you, I can go back to being my own worthless self. You're not worthless. Stop that, silly. Just listen to yourself. You're not worthless, ugly, stupid, or even cool. My, and what has made you an expert all of a sudden? That's ridiculous. It's obvious the person you hate the most is yourself, but you have no reason to. So you make up all these excuses like you're too stupid or ugly or worthless, and you know it's not true. Sorry, I moved my mic a little bit. I think it's like all over my face. I just kind of wanted to move off my lips so that I can breathe correctly. Okay, sorry. But it's still an easy way out, isn't it? You prefer to convince yourself you're nothing, so that nobody will expect anything more from you. You don't have to change or do anything if you're worthless after all. And you sound like you're trying to convince yourself that you're all-knowing. You're not worthless, Sophia. You know that. It's almost endearing how hard you try to see good in other people, but you're just being naive. It's not naive at all. I was paying attention when you were talking. I learned something important. You think you're worthless because you can't measure up to Camosa or Gloria, but it's the opposite. Camosa is a woman of strong influence. It's easy to get drawn in and conform to what she wants. The fact that you resisted means that you're stronger than Gloria. It means you're stronger than Camosa. I'm sorry you had to suffer for it, but that makes you even more admirable. You really had it rough, and I know that left a mark on you, but it doesn't make you worthless. You know, I don't need your pity. Trust me, that's the last thing on my mind. You've still been absolutely horrid to me. But now that I know what happened to you, well, I just wish that you knew better. I've had enough of this. I've done enough work. You can handle the rest of the dinner, can't you? Well, you don't really have a choice. I'm leaving. Fine, have it your way. For a girl who wastes her life away in the kitchen dreaming of better days, you sure can be self-righteous. And for a girl so cynical and angry with the world, you sure look a lot like a self-made victim. I suppose that entire conversation between us was pointless. Good luck with the dinner. Wait, what happened? I don't understand what happened. Last time I did this, I was nice, and she was like, you know what? Thanks. Like, I didn't choose anything different. I was just nice the whole time to everybody. And she won't understand why the conversation was pointless this time. I'm so mad. I was trying to get on everybody's good side and be everybody's friend. And I can't change the decision now, so... Because, like, the game does that, where, like, once you make a decision, you can't go back. Like, I can go back all the way up to the decision, but I can't change it. I don't understand what happened. Last time I was being nice to everyone. and I was being on her side and trying to be her friend. And well, what can I do? What is wrong with her? I can't believe we actually had that conversation. That was definitely unexpected. I think I need some time to think it over. The meal was nearly done anyway. All that's left is to get one of the servants to cook the rest right before it's served. I really need to get out and gather my thoughts. Everyone's busy, so I'm sure no one will notice if I sneak out. I don't know what happened. Maybe I knew nothing about it. Maybe she'll come back and be cool. But I don't know. Last time we became friends and stuff, what did I do wrong this time? I thought I chose the right things. Chose to be honest and nice and all that stuff. The main hallway is empty. No surprise there. As I thought, everyone is busy right now. I don't have much time before dinner, but I'm sure I could sneak out and be back in time. All that talk about my mother reminded me that I haven't been to her grave in a long time. It might be dangerous to sneak out during the day, but I don't know if I'll get another chance. I'll just have to move as quickly as I can. Alright, let's go to the grave and see what's going on there. Let me take a little sip of this milk. Okay. Soy milk. I like the plain soy milk. I don't like all that vanilla flavor. It's too much. Plain soy milk makes you think of like baby milk or something. I don't know. I like it. Baby milk? I mean baby formula. Baby milk sounds weird. Okay. I don't even remember how long it's been since I last visited the cemetery. Mother's grave isn't hard to find. It's guarded by a statue of an angel crying gracefully. Father's idea. Looking at how much pain the angel is in, it's clear that Father took Mother's death very badly. I can't bring myself to look away from the statue. I'm sorry, Father. The grave must be in terrible condition by now. I haven't had time to care for it. Wait, the grave is clean. Not just clean, but polished as well. Someone must be caring for it. Okay, there goes the thing again. Hold on, my microphone is... I need to get a better microphone or something. I just have these little headphones that are connected with the microphone, and you flip the little microphone thing up and down. Okay. Step away from the grave. Who's there? I've had it with all of you grave robbers. Folk like you have no shame. What are you talking about? I'm not a grave robber. Of course you aren't, and I'm the... Hold on, I know you. You're Camosa's stepdaughter. I am. I suppose you know Camosa? Oh, hold on. My headphones are being weird. Oh, I just have to push them in more. Sorry, I had to get... It's like weird. Okay. No, Camosa. Of course not, but I sure know you. Well, I guess you have an advantage over me then. I have no idea who you are. You don't know? I live in the town. Folk there call me Madame Guide. Madame Guide, as in the witch that everyone talks about. So you have heard of me. The stories they tell are an exaggeration. Those half-wits label anything they don't understand as dangerous. Even more so, seeing as I'm a woman who's smarter than they are. I suppose it frightens them. Do you like my accent? I have no idea what kind of accent it is. It's supposed to be African-y, mixed with Jamaican-y, mixed with something-y, voodoo witch doctor-y, but, you know, I think it sounds good, so I'm just gonna go with it. Although it doesn't stop them from running to me anytime they have a problem they can't fix. Personally, I prefer the term wise woman. It's a lot more appropriate, I think. What should I tell her? People can be stupid, or so you are not a witch. Let's do that one. I said people can be stupid last time, and she was like, it's so sad that you are so cynical about the world, so I'll do this one. So you're not really a witch? Now, I never said that. Only that the stories about me have been exaggerated. Besides, some people consider it magic when when they find their way back home from drinking all night. Exactly. It really depends on your perspective. Well, even in gossip, there's got to be a grain of truth. The only truth is that I'm intelligent, independent, and I take care of myself without a husband. If the townfolk want to call that witchcraft, so be it. It makes their own life so much simpler. True, but still. Why are you here anyway? You scared me when you shouted at me. I was just visiting an old friend. I was on the way back from picking some herbs in the forest by the lake. Oh, I've heard that the forest and the lake are special. My father used to tell me that they're magical. And we're talking about magic again. I can't help it. The atmosphere here is so mysterious. It does feel as if this place is magical. Do you believe in magic? Maybe a little. Maybe a little. My father raised me to believe, and I suppose I do miss my childhood, when I could believe wholeheartedly. But there are so many strange and wonderful things in this world. Maybe magic really does exist. Your reasoning makes sense. And? And what? Does magic exist? Well, that depends on what you consider magic. Years ago, people thought medicine was magic. Some still think that way. We label things we don't understand as magic. But then what does that mean? People call fairies magic, but we could also consider them normal creatures who live in the world like we do. Birds fly and fish breathe underwater, but we don't consider them to be magical. What makes fairies different? So does that mean that fairies really exist? Well, it would certainly be unwise to claim otherwise while we're in this forest. Perhaps you would like to come visit my shop the next time you're in town. Tomorrow, maybe. Maybe. Is there any reason you're inviting me? Do I need a reason? Perhaps it's merely that I like you. Or we could talk about your mother. Wait, you knew my mother? Of course I did. Who do you think has been tending to her grave all this time? It surely wasn't you. So, you were friends with my mother? There. Your questions can wait for tomorrow. I'm tired and I need to return home. Shouldn't you hurry home as well? You'll be in deep trouble if Carmosa discovers you're gone. How did you know that I snuck out? Who knows? Maybe I saw it in my crystal ball. Or maybe it's just that I know Carmosa wouldn't let you wander around the woods on your own. I really want to see you tomorrow, but it won't be easy. Carmosa usually keeps a watchful eye on me. Well, then you'll just have to think of something, won't you? You won't get anything out of life if you don't take a few risks. I guess so. I'll try to come tomorrow. Excellent. I'll see you then. Take care of yourself. That was certainly an unexpected meeting. What a character. I definitely want to speak with her again. For now, I'd better just concentrate on getting home. Magic or not, the witch was right about one thing. If Carmosa finds out I snuck out, I'll be in deep trouble. Great, I'll have a little bit more milk. What do you guys think so far? I don't know, huh? Isn't it fun? We've got to see what's going to happen. Okay, catch my breath. All clear in the main hall, and I don't hear anyone screaming my name. Looks like I made it back in time. Oh, pardon me, ma'am. I was just on my way out. Who are you? Oh, no one important, no one important. Merely here to do a little business with madam. I'm leaving right away. I wouldn't want to discuss the lovely mademoiselle with my foul presence. Why can't I get the voice right? I guess I'm getting tired. I don't remember what voice I did for him. Wait a moment. What business? Pardon me, but I really must be going. What was that all about? He certainly seemed to be hiding something. I could ask someone else in the household if they know anything about this guy. Carmosa's certainly out of the question, but maybe one of the sisters. Then again, I can never tell if they're on my side or not. Might be best to play dumb and see what happens. Let's ask Sophia. I want to try to get on her good side since she was being mean. And I haven't asked anybody anything before. Maybe Sophia will know something. She's always watching and listening to everything in the house. I'll go look for her. She's in my room. Now that's just great. She's not here either. I thought for sure she'd be hiding out in her room. I don't hide, Sophia. What are you doing in my room? Mother said dinner's almost ready, so I had to come fetch you. Where have you been? I was washing up, but I ran into a strange man on the way back. Do you have any idea who that was or what he wanted? What makes you think I'd know anything? Besides, even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. Seeing your disappointed face is much more interesting. For once, can't you just give a straight answer? The hostility and cynicism isn't necessary. It might not be necessary, but it's definitely fun. The look on your face is priceless. Ah, you're hopeless. It's almost sad that you think I still care. That you think I still care. Don't forget that dinner will be served soon. Yes, I'll be there in a minute. I don't know what the purpose of that was. I guess I could have just played dumb. Whatever, at least we got on a little more talking with Sophia. I don't know why she hates me so much. I think that if I had taken... I think that's what I had to do. When I didn't choose... I should have been on Sophia's side, like with every answer I gave, instead of trying to be mutual in the middle. Then she would have been nicer. Whatever. Whew. I'm so worn out. Of course Carmosa would order me to help the servants wash the dishes. It wasn't much more than a servant during dinner either. Unlike the servants, I don't get paid though. Honestly, I'd rather they don't even invite me to dinner. Picking over the leftovers is better than waiting on them. At least I had something to occupy my thoughts while I did chores. What happened today? First up was that talk I had with Sophia. That girl has too many issues to work through, especially when it comes to her self-esteem. The fact that she keeps pushing me away doesn't help either. I know she's had a rough life, and I know she's been hurt, but it's like she's given up on herself. If she doesn't want to change, there's nothing I can do about it. I don't think there's any chance of us being friends. Aww, before there was a chance of us being friends, but now she's saying no. Still, the talk with Sophie is nothing compared to meeting Madame Guide in the cemetery. What a woman. I just don't know what I did differently. I'm trying to think about it. Hold on, you guys. I'm just confused, because when I played it the other time, I was able to make it work. Like, why can't I be Sophia's friend? Oh well. She's fascinating, but I just can't figure her out. She might look imposing, but she doesn't scare me. She feels familiar and trustworthy. It's clear she cared about my mother, otherwise she wouldn't be tending to her grave. I should visit her in the town as soon as I get the chance, at least to thank her for keeping Mom's grave clean. And then there's the most mysterious event of the day. That weird man coming by the house. Looked like such a vagabond. I'm surprised Carmosa would give him the time of day. Wonder what he was doing here. Things around the house have been so strange lately. Carmosa's acting rather suspicious as well. I wonder what she's hiding from the rest of us. So many questions in just one day. This might be my big chance to finally change my life. But I'm too tired to think about it right now. After everything I've done today, I'm feeling so worn out, I can barely stand. I'd hoped I'd have time to read a book before bed, but I need sleep. Maybe I'll have more energy tomorrow. Sounds like me. I get super tired from doing nothing. I go to work and I do nothing at work, just barely the minimum. And then I come home and I'm like, oh man, I'm just exhausted. And then I just lay down and watch TV and eat snacks and stuff. And then I'm like, let's play some games. And then I'm like, oh man, I'm too tired to play games. And I go to bed. It's kind of sad. That's okay. I might have more energy during the weekends, especially now that my classes are over. Okay, let's get back. Cinders. Hello? Is someone there? We are here. Who are you? I can barely see you. Oh, but we can see you quite well. What is this place? Where am I? You're in your bed. So, this is a dream? It is. Then none of this is real. Why? You're real, and so are we. That's real enough. But who are you? You don't remember us? Should I? Do we know each other? We know you. You don't know us, but you know of us. If you want to meet us, come to the lake. The lake? And don't forget to bring a gift. It would be improper if you didn't. Now rest, darling. You deserve it. And you'll need all the strength you can get for tomorrow. What are the fairies saying? Well, I know it's the fairies. You can see the picture of them. But what are they gonna have us do? And so many choices to make, you guys. What are we gonna do? I felt like I slept a while. That's strange. It looks like late morning, but no one came to wake me up. Again, I wonder why. I had such a strange dream last night. It felt more real than any I've had before. Wonder what it meant. I suppose time will tell. Time to get up and see what the day has in store for me. Probably more trouble. Strange. No one's in the main hall. Wonder where everyone went. Normally Camosa would be all over the place handing out orders to everyone. If she went somewhere on business, she'd definitely wake me before leaving. Where are the girls anyway? Would you shut up and listen to me just this once? Why should I? You're not the lady of the house, so stop acting like it. I'm not taking orders from you. Oh no, not this again. And here I was hoping that everyone had just disappeared. I'm surprised though. The voices are coming from Camosa's study. I thought it was off limits. I'd better check it out. What is going on? Where is Camosa? She is gone, y'all. She is gone. I'm not taking orders from you. You shouldn't even be here in the first place. Why shouldn't you be there? Then tell me who you think should be in charge of the house right now. I don't see anyone more qualified. Wow. So is this... this is what Camosa's private study looks like. A bit barren compared to when it was Father's room. Did she have to get rid of everything that was even remotely pretty? Did she hate it that much, or did she just need money that badly? What are you doing here? I could ask you the same thing. Isn't this place off limits to everyone? Oh, Gloria's just on another one of her delusional power trips. Why else would she be here? Shut up, you little... Hang on, what's going on here? Where's Camosa anyway? Who knows? She left early this morning without saying much. Now Gloria's distraught. She left for business and she said she'll be back in 2 days. It happens, and I'm not distraught. I'm merely trying to maintain order while Mother is away. I don't recall Mother leaving you in charge. Shouldn't it go without saying? Who else would be capable? All you're good for is foolish commentary. Who knows? Maybe she'd rather appoint Cinders as head. After all, she's been handling herself a lot better than you lately. Oh, maybe Sophia isn't so bad. Both of you stop arguing right now. Let's just call them both hopeless, that way we don't have to side with anybody. You're both so hopeless. Don't you get what this means? Camosa's gone for 2 days. Gloria, that's 2 days of not having to impress her or live up to her expectations. And Sophia, it's 2 days that you could stop hiding for fear of being judged. So stop trying to be in charge, no one's watching. And stop being so cynical, no one wants to hurt you. Can't we just live like normal girls for 2 days, without all the arguments? No, of course, we're such a loving bunch of sisters after all. You're even more naive and stupid than I thought. Someone has to keep things running around here. You may enjoy your freedom, but things don't get done by themselves. Cut it out. Aren't we ignoring the more important matter at hand? Why not did Camosa leave so early without saying anything? Doesn't that seem suspicious? It's not as if Mother ever tells us anything. Even we don't know what she does. If she thought we needed to know, she'd tell us. She'll be back in 2 days, and that's it. Do you think this has anything to do with that strange man who came by yesterday? All I know is that it's none of our business. Now, if neither of you are going to help me, get out of here and leave me alone. Now let's get out of here, Cinders. Our audience with Her Majesty is clearly over. And there you have it. No matter what you tell Gloria, she insists on being in charge. Well, what do you plan on doing with your day? I'm not sure. I might go into town. There are a few things I've been meaning to do. Good luck getting Gloria's permission for that. You'd better be off. You'd be better off just sneaking out on your own. I mean, you won't tell her if I go. Why would I do that? I want no part of Gloria's illusions of power. I don't care what you do. Maybe sneaking out is a good idea then. I'll think about it. I'm hungry though. I need to eat first. Do as you please. I told you already, I really don't care if or when you go. I have 2 days of freedom for myself. I'm going to spend them how I like, alone. That's fine by me. Oh, it's sad because when you were friends with Sophia, she's like, hey, what are you doing? I made you some breakfast, and like she's all sweet and stuff. Oh. Ah, breakfast is lovely. Everything is so much more relaxing and peaceful than most this way. It sure would be nice if every day could be like this. Guess that's just a silly dream, though. I wonder what I should do today. It would definitely be the perfect day to go into town. I could talk with that woman, Madame Guide, or go see Tobias. Well, there's no sense in waiting around. I should get going. What if I should tell Gloria that I'm leaving? She'd be angry if she found out later. It's not a big deal. I can just tell her I'm leaving. I mean, what is she going to do? As much as I hate to admit it, it's probably better to tell her now instead of later. Just let her know where I'm going. She's taken this whole responsibility thing pretty seriously. She might let me go if I show her some respect. It certainly beats having to deal with her anger later on. Gloria, what do you want? Isn't there someone else you can bother? Just wanted to go into town. I thought I'd let you know. Oh, well, how considerate of you. But why should I let you go? I could offer to help. Why not? Do you need anything from town? I could pick it up for you while I'm there. You'd save the time you might have spent going there yourself. We'll both win. That's not a bad proposal at all. I do have a list of things we need from the general store. You know that man who runs it, don't you? Do you mean Tobias? Yes, I believe that's his name. I trust that you'll be able to fetch all of these things before nightfall. Not a problem. Give me the list and I'll take care of it. Thanks. Say I'm being a nice person. Why not? I feel like there's nothing wrong with being a nice person. Well, do we need to go to the forest? The forest is to go meet the fairies. Leave them a present or whatever. But if I go into town... Let's go into town. Let's talk with Thrall some more. Market day is clearly over. The streets are much emptier now. Oh, I should pause it. I'm gonna pause it. Come back in just a minute.